Hello YouTube, I am Ninja Tom and welcome to episode 5 of my walkthrough of Homeworld. As you can see, I've built the fleet back up a little bit, added some new ships, got rid of some old ones. The assault frigates are gone, they've been replaced by 4 drone frigates. And
Group 1 assigned. Group 7
uh,
designated.
they put out a cloud of drones and they're very good against strike crafts. Alright. I've added some 20 interceptors. I've gotten our heavy corvettes back up to 20.
Assigned.
I've gotten our salvage corvettes
Group
back
3
up to 20.
reassigned.
You
Group
guys are
4
group
being
4,
replaced.
those are group 5. The drone frigates will be
Group
group
6
6.
assigned.
7 is the scouts, 8 will be our lovely defenders.
Group 8 assigned.
And you guys are group 0, or 10. Alright, let's go ahead and make the hyperspace jump. I'll explain more about the next mission once we get there, because we'll have a bit of
Hyperspace
downtime.
engaged.
That's the sound that it makes, right? Alright, here we go. Skipping the cutscenes. Alright. I really hope if you're following this walkthrough that you're playing through these missions on your own first, because otherwise you are seriously missing out.
All ships auto-launching.
You're seriously missing out. Alright, we have a bit of downtime here. The music won't start until we make it start. So what we're gonna do...
The nebula is incredibly rich in energy and resources.
Oh, you hear that?
Levels are so high that
That's
our
gotta
sensors
be
are
good
having
news.
trouble compensating. Begin harvesting the nebula while we recalibrate the sensors.
Whoops.
Group 5 reassigned.
Alright. One of the important things to remember here is tell your sweet drone frigates to deploy their drones. Otherwise, you basically have a support frigate that has no healing beam in terms of firepower. If they have a gun, I think it's just to make them feel better. Alright, so we're going to put them there. We're going to put them... Like, these guys make an excellent job as sort of a not quite static defense, you know. They sort of create a zone where it's very dangerous for enemy strike craft to be. Alright, so we're going to launch the defenders and interceptors out of the carrier. We're going to leave the scout stock. This mission is not for them. Alright, we put our heavy corvettes in aggressive. We're going to put our defenders in a sphere formation on aggressive. We're going to have them defend the mothership. You know, in this one, you just basically want to do is create a zone of, try to create a zone of death for enemy strike craft. And with the inclusion of the drone frigate, we are able to do that quite successfully. The drone frigate is another one of those ships that people will give you mixed opinions about. I'm quite fond of them, but I totally get what people who don't like them are saying. You know, when I first encountered them, I was all like, eh. And it can be a little difficult to use, and if they lose their drones, they're useless. And they're very one-trick ponies. They're good against strike craft. But, you know, by the same token, it's the same case for ion cannons. They're only good against capital ships. Now, drone frigates are useful. They have a place. You just don't need a lot of them. They will never form a backbone of your fleet. They're specialists. Alright, we're going to move our carrier back just a little bit. We want him to be within range of the supporting fire from the drone frigates. Alright. We're going to move our interceptors and our heavy corvettes away just a little bit. We're going to tell this guy to support those gentlemen. Alright. Group 0, where you at? Alright. And we're going to tell our support frigates to support. Except for that one. You need to...
Support command acknowledged. Group 2 receiving. New heading set standing by.
Perfect.
Support is on the way. Hang in there.
this is one time where it's perfectly okay to bandbox select your entire fleet for support frigates, because the enemies will only engage a single target at a time. Right? Sort of limits the possibility of that little personality quirk that I told you about before. So, we're going to send out a resource collector to collect resources. After he gets a single full load, the enemies will appear, and they'll be very upset with us. General tips about the upcoming mission. They're going to send 2 types of ships at you. The Swarmer, which is a small, very maneuverable fighter, and the Fuel Pod, which is sort of like a support frigate, only it only refuels strike craft and has no healing beam. The Swarmers have a very low fuel supply, which means that in the absence of their fuel pods, they become very vulnerable. So, one good trick is to simply destroy the fuel pods immediately. I don't do that, because I view the fuel pods as little floating tidbits for me to capture. They're each worth about 300 resources, and they'll send at least 20 of them at you. So, what I do is I just kill the fighters because they're not that impressive, and then I capture the fuel pods. Now, if you can capture the fuel pods before, like, the key is you really need to take out each fuel pod's wing of fighters. Like, you'll see them start drifting towards your mothership. That's the cue for you that, okay, their fighter cover is gone. Because if you try to capture them before you take out their fighter cover, all the swarmers will do what everything else does and immediately ignore everything else and go right for your salvage corvettes, and they'll take them apart. So take out the fighter cover, capture the fuel pods. Now, if you have like 1 or 2 enemy swarmers left over, like, you can actually capture a lot of enemy swarmers because they run out of fuel very quickly, and once they do, they're very slow. So that's an option if you want to do that. I don't. If you want to, I will take off my space pirate captain hat and salute your dedication to our Kushan cultural values. But they're not very good. Unless you're going to attempt to duplicate the fighting style of the people that we are engaging here with a limited number of irreplaceable fighters, then I don't like them. Their low fuel capacity is truly crippling. Or, you could use them as disposable shock fighters. Either way. But yeah, they'll just be like, oh, we made 3 attack runs. We're out of fuel now. Like, oh, crap. That's terrible. Your heavy corvettes, I mean, you can just leave them out there for most of a mission as long as it doesn't go into the multiple hours long, and they'll be fine. They'll just be like, yep, still got fuel. But they'll be all out of bubble gum. Alright, guy. The standalone expansion of this game, Homeworld Cataclysm, allows you to speed up time. I know, right? That would be amazing. That's okay. You'll get to see it when I do a walkthrough or a playthrough of Homeworld Cataclysm. You don't really need a walkthrough of Homeworld Cataclysm. It's a fairly straightforward game. Alright, here we go.
There's a contact closing.
Oh no! Oh yeah, the Sentry's Manager is useless in this game. Ambassador, you are a brave, brave man. Alright, Ambassador's going out.
Delay the attacking ships while Fleet Command charges the hyperdrive module.
Delay?
We should have the range to jump clear of the nebula.
They're attacking the carrier. And if I got one ship that isn't the mothership that can totally handle whatever they're dishing out, it's the carrier. Carriers are tough.
Hyperspace module charging. Ready in 8 minutes.
I don't know if I mentioned this already, but you're gonna hyperspace out of this mission when you're ready. not when they tell you to. Alright? Oh, crap. No, don't shoot the fuel pod. Don't shoot the fuel pod. Alright, it's conceivable that you can get pretty, like, flustered and stuff playing this mission. Remember, you can just pause. Look around, take stock. Alright, you see these guys? Those look like good candidates for salvaging. I don't know about you. Oh, that's a much better angle to engage these guys from. There we go. Pow.
The enemy is relying heavily on fighter-class ships.
Alright.
Our research division reports it can design a new type of corvette specially suited to combat
You see that?
multiple
You
fighters.
see that right there? Bad news.
Begin
Stay away
research
from him.
as soon as possible.
Commencing fast-tracking turret research.
Fast tracking turrets are your friend. Alright, he's gonna send another wave. Now, for the most part, they're just gonna ignore your salvage corvettes. I wish sometimes I could ignore my salvage corvettes. Oh, no, you are not going back out to harvest, my friend. You were waiting. Now, this is not the time. Alright. So we lost a fuel pod there. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure what happened. I think it's that all my ships are on
Enemy
aggressive.
forces are concentrating on our resource collectors.
Put them on
Allocate
neutral.
combat vessels to protect them.
Mothership.
Alright, let's get these guys. Alright, when these guys attack, they focus on a single ship. I believe I've mentioned that already, but it's nothing wrong with giving us some emphasis because it's very important. They focus on a single ship. Never mind, don't dock. Not wall formation. Yeah, claw formation. There we go. Alright. Let them come out and then engage. Don't try to attack them next while they're like super close to their mothership. That's bad news for you. Alright. Looks like they're... Wow, see what that drone frigate just took out that entire cluster right there? What's going on? What are they attacking? What are those guys going after? I'm not sure what their target is. Yeah, see how fast they are?
Enemy fuel pod captured.
Oh, cool. We captured a fuel pod. That's good. Fuel pods are weird. They go in this side like they're much larger than they really are. Okay, during this mission,
Under attack.
you're really going to get a good appreciation for how big of an explosion their fighters make. I mean, the explosions that they make are huge. So it's really going to give you the impression that your far, far, far more expensive and valuable ships are going to be blowing up. Don't worry about it. It's not. It's their dumb, stupid, derpy ships blowing up. If you're doing what Ninja Tom's telling you to do, you're going to be okay. Alright? Alright, Group 8. You are on neutral. Stop shooting the fuel pods. Stop. Group 6. You're on neutral. Stop.
Enemy fuel
Stop
pod
shooting the
captured.
goddamn fuel pods. So, if you're doing this Ninja Tom style and you're not capturing swarmers, then go ahead and retire your fuel pods as you get them. Alright, Group 8. What are you doing? Get back around the mothership. You can be aggressive again. Alright. Drone frigates, go ahead and deploy your drones. Be unaggressive. Right now, their mothership is going to scoot around behind us and attack from the rear. Actually, what we're going to do here is we're going to tell our guys individually
Enemy
Two.
fuel pod captured.
Never mind. Alright, here they come. Alright, they didn't scoot around quite like I expected. Claw formation, get aggressive, get in there, take them down. Alright, they've got the Swarmer and the Super Swarmer. They're two variants on the same fighter. Unimpressive variants on the same unimpressive fighter. Like, this mission can be a bad day, you know? It can get rough. Make no mistake. It just probably won't.
The mothership is under attack. Resourcer under attack. Fast tracking turret research complete.
Oh, good.
Multi-gun Corvette available for construction.
Ah, Mr. Multi-Gun
Enemy
Corvette.
fuel pod captured.
Just a superb vessel. Very specialized, much like our good friend the drone frigate. It serves the exact same function. Sphere formation, guard them. Oh my god.
Salvage field released. We're letting go. Target selected for salvaging.
Mothership.
I think this one's actually under my control. Yep. Retire.
Roger that. Reporting to the yard. All responding. Group 6 receiving. Retrieving drone.
Get them drones back in.
Requesting orders. Repeat. Where are those orders?
Who's attacking then?
Hyperspace
God.
module charging. Ready in 1 minute.
It can be difficult to keep control of your fleet in situations like this.
Enemy fuel pod captured.
Our resources have already gone up. Alright.
Salvage field released. Letting Group 1 receiving.
We're gonna...
Support frigate initiated.
Yeah, we need to get these interceptors fueled back up. They should be fine. Stop. God, every goddamn time I gotta fuel these guys up. That's alright. That's alright. Whoa. Hitting the wrong buttons here. You need to be in wall formation, and you need to be attacking. Get in there. Show them what you're working with.
6 reporting. Reporting for duty. Under fire. Requesting order deploying drones. Repeat. Under fire.
Hyperspace module fully charged.
Attack
Coordinates set. Engage hyperdrive.
Enemy fuel pod
target
captured.
acquired. Group 3. Reporting enemy contact. Salvage field released. Awaiting assignment. Target selected for salvage. Awaiting assignment. Group 1. Cannot comply. Group 2 responding. Attack complete. Entering holding pattern. Group 3 acknowledged. Target selected for salvaging. Group 6 acknowledged. Retrieving drones. Group 3 responding. Group 2, 4 copies. Group 8 receiving. Group 5 receiving. Reporting for escort. Group 2 copies. Group 2 receiving.
Enemy fuel pod captured.
All locked in.
Got another wave coming in.
Group 2 reporting. Understood. Group 1 reporting. Assuming claw formation. Target confirmed.
Ugh, I couldn't imagine trying to control this fleet
Locked on target.
while,
Target acquired.
in the absence of hotkeys for control, for like setting formations and stuff.
We need direction here. Alert ambush. We need a call here. Intercept course punched in.
Group 8.
Frigate lost.
What just happened?
Group 3 under attack.
Group 5 reporting. 6 responding. Drones away. Deploying drones.
Did they destroy a fuel pod? I'm looking through my fleet.
Copies.
I didn't lose any frigates.
Group 5 6 copies.
Yeah, they took out a fuel pod.
Receiving. Locked on target.
Alright, good.
Enemy
Yeah,
fuel
they'll
pod
attack the
captured.
fuel pods. Alright, dock.
Support frigate.
Group 3.
Report group 2 acknowledged.
Go ahead and
Salvage target acquired.
get you some. Who's shooting?
Receiving.
Is it you guys? Nope, it's the drone frigates.
6
Doop.
receiving drones.
That's the trouble with the drone frigates. You have no direct control over the drones themselves.
Group 3 receiving. Acknowledged. Retirement order
Just go ahead and retire your any fuel pods you happen to have right away. Don't leave them hanging around. They're just gonna get blown up. See how they just very nicely just kind of scoot in towards the mothership like, hey, someone told us to report here for inevitable capture. And, yeah, we're like, oh yes, this you come to the right place for inevitable capture, good sir. Inevitable capture is what we do.
salvage corvette release. Deploying drones. 5 receiving crew.
What the hell was that? Oh, here they come.
Copies.
Pachow. Let's get some get those swarmers.
Target confirmed.
There we go. There we go.
Group 1.
Get him back. Make him aggressive.
Intercept course punched in.
So we just lost an interceptor. It's okay. It's okay, guys.
Deploying drones.
We're going to be way ahead of what we're supposed to be because we're not going to jump out when they're like, hey, you should jump. You can jump out now.
Group 3.
Or we didn't jump out. We have not jumped out.
Group 8.
Enemy fuel pod captured.
Receiving. Roger that. We're taking her. Group 6 receiving. Group 5 kilometers.
Mothership.
Alright, let's make sure that our support frigates are actually repairing stuff.
Responding. Salvage field released. You got it.
Mothership.
Mothership initiated.
Set our resource collectors to evasive.
Resource lost.
That was my mistake. Just all the way.
Target selected for salvaging. Group 6.
I let that one get away from me, and he paid the price.
Engaged. We've got contact. Coordinates confirmed. Group 3 copies. Where are those orders? Salvage target acquired.
Enemy fuel pod captured.
Don't worry, guys. We will be.
Corvette released. Stand by receiving crew.
Okay, who's shooting? Who the fuck is shooting? It's the mothership.
Reporting.
Okay. There we go.
Group 3 receiving.
We've lost some fighters.
Group 8 acknowledged. Responding.
We've lost a resource collector. That was unexpected.
Deploying drones.
Enemy fuel pod captured.
What the hell? It was unexpected that we lost the resource collector. That was a pretty big mistake on my part.
Target confirmed. Intercept course punched in.
So you'll have to pay closer attention than that. That's fine, you know, I'm not trying to do a perfect take for you guys. It's important that you see the mistakes that I've made because those will, you know, they'll be driven, you know, they'll just, it's a better example for you, you know.
Target confirmed. Intercept
I guess that's what I'm going to tell myself.
target acquired. Target destroyed. Holding pattern locked in.
Alright, let's see here. Let's moving on back.
Underway. Group 2
What's
reporting.
she over there?
Group 1.
Ah,
Enemy fuel pod captured.
oh,
10 copies.
what are you guys doing?
Broad formation confirmed.
I want you to be there. Like, next to all these ships with big guns.
Group 2 responding. Group 1 reporting.
Alright, that's not necessary, Group 1. You can come on back now.
On our way.
Group 2, take out that fighter.
Engaging.
Group 1, also take out that fighter.
Attack
Group 1, take this opportunity to dock with the mothership.
Dock command enabled. Locked on target.
Alright.
Target destroyed.
And as you can see, we are victorious. He's hyperspacing out.
Round 3.
Excellent work. Excellent work, fellow space commanders of the Kushan fleet.
Target selected for salvaging.
That's a victory. So, we're going to put everyone on evasive. No more need to engage anything. I'm going to finish capturing and retiring all the fuel pods. And I'm going to set my dues to harvest. And I'm going to cut for that, because there's not something you need to see. You know what's going to happen. No more action, no more strategy involved.
Captured.
Alright, I'll see you guys after the break. Hey YouTube, looks like we're getting ready to jump out here. So this is the end of episode 5. Thanks for watching, and I will see you at episode 6.